a beef stick. I'm not that cool. Okay, so I just cut this open while I'm enjoying my beef stick. Craft paper. A little box of hardware. Kool-Aid. Love that. That's funny. Hose clamps. And that looks like the radiator guards. They're all packaged with instructions, it looks like, so that's nice. These are, I think, the battery and gas tank covers. Okay. Oh. That sounds like metal. Okay. Ooh. And then that leaves the, can't get it far enough away here, the fender well covers. So the first thing I'm going to look at is the radiator cover things, because that's my biggest concern. And these seem really cool too. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, it's a nice little detail on there. These seem very nice, nicely made. I don't know if they're Kydex or ABS or what they are, but they seem quite nice. And then I've got a heater in my machine. So I think this is something kind of new that he's doing. And it's got the provision for your heater thermostat thing. So it's not just rubbing on there and wearing a hole in it. That's pretty cool. Very nice edges on here. It smells like Kydex. So that's my guess. I saw someone on Facebook said they drilled holes in their radiator trying to install these. I'm not really sure how you could do that, but you know, try not to do that. That doesn't seem like a real good idea. So I'm going to give the rules a quick read over and we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to try to get the driver's side in with the heat provision. I'm going to try to do this blindly without getting my noggin in the way. If I stick my head in there, you won't be able to see what I'm doing. So it goes like that. And so I'm going to stick it down in here and then up around. And just make sure it, you know, kind of feel around. If you can get your noggin in there, do it. But if you can't, just feel around and make sure it clears your fan and everything. And I'm guessing if you don't have like a superstat or something, it's probably a lot easier. Oops. There. That's it, and it just goes in like so. There's like a provision up there to go around your radiator hose too, so just make sure that's not like digging into it or anything. Okay, so that's just how that fits. Maybe you can see a little better now. You can see how this is all cut around the frame and everything. It's pretty clear where these sit. Once you get it in place, I think you're all good. They almost just kind of fall right into where they're supposed to go. They're a very precise fit. So again, it's pretty impressive. Okay, the rules say you get a 1/4 inch drill bit and you drill the bottom mounting hole first. So we'll line that up in its natural spot where it wants to sit. This just goes into the plastic shroud, so it's not a huge deal. That out of the way. So there's the 1/4 inch hole. So you're drilling holes in your shroud for the well nut that is like the little receiver, I think. This is the hardware, so that goes in there like that. So what you're doing now is drilling the hole for the little receiver piece. And I wouldn't advise just ramrodding the drill bit in there. Just, it's plastic. It doesn't take much at all. So just, you know, drill it out. Like that. Leave that snugged up. Line up the upper hole. There's another hole above the frame thing here. Cage. And you can get the drill in there. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to show it. I think everything is in the way of the tire and whatever. Just straighten out the guard. You know, get it all like where it's supposed to be, and then do the same thing. Drill the 1/4 inch hole, pull the guard away, drill the 3/8 hole, put the well nut thing in there, and move on to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, this is the passenger side. The way I'm doing it, I think you have a little leeway how you want to put them, but I'm just lining it up with the bottom. That seems like it, I don't know, seems right, I guess. Again, move on to the big bit. If you get those wet, they go in a lot easier. Okay, there's the driver's side, or passenger side rather. So that should stop the tire from wrecking my radiator again. This is my shop helper, Nick. Hi, buddy. Come here. Yeah, hi, buddy. You might be able to see how the Superstat fits in that dent. That's pretty cool. It's in exactly the right spot too. Very well done. I'm installing the fender well guards. It's where your tires through all the dirt and mud and whatever and it doesn't come out. These stop that from happening. So we've got the 2 guards, 2 big brackets, 2 small brackets, a little bag of hardware, and then some hose clamps. Okay, so you open up the hose clamp. Looks like it goes through like that, and they just go on like so. If you don't want to use a screwdriver, these are just 5/16. You can use a ratchet or whatever to take them apart, open them up. Take off this T40 Torx. The brackets, these things, go on this bottom tube here, and then on the frame thing here. Okay, so you put one bottom one, the smaller bracket on the bottom here. The bigger brackets go on your frame here. It's a little easier to put a 5/16 socket. It gives you something to hang on to without fumbling with the screwdriver. This bottom of this bracket, this upper bracket, will be about 5 3/4 inches from this bracket. That'll kind of give you a ballpark of where it should be sitting on the frame. That's a little detail right there, that tab. You've got to make sure that you get the guard underneath it. So how it's got a little notch for it. Make sure you get that underneath there. And it locks the whole works in place. And then you put all the other fasteners in. Now I think it's just a matter of lining the guard up with this stuff. And once you have it lined up, then you can cinch down the hose clamps and then put the hardware in. Make sure when you're putting these screws in, these bolts, put some anti-seize on there. I use copper because it doesn't seem to dry out like the silver stuff does for some reason. Okay, it's all lined up. Looks good. So now I'll tighten the hose clamps. Okay, that's tight, that's tight. Everything's all lined up. Now you have a little bag of hardware, and even a little Allen wrench is included. That's pretty cool. And it's not just, you know, the stainless screws or whatever. There's also like little trim rings, which is a really nice touch. That goes in there, line it up. You save that Torx bolt for last so you can, you know, get in here and put this one in there. And that's it. And again, a really nice fit. These are a little fussy to put on, but it's definitely not difficult. All right, on to the other side. Okay, there's the final one installed over here. Again, beautiful fit. Alright, now we're moving on to the gas tank cover. So this just comes with the 4 push pin things, and you just maneuver it up into place and put the pins in and you're done. So let's see how smoothly that goes. There. Then it has to go inside this lip down here. Ugh, a bunch of dirt in there, rats. Alright, so step 1. Clean out this lip. Mine's all full of dirt and I can't get this thing to seat in there. Ah, it's a rock. There. Now it lines up. Goody. Okay, got your poppers. My wimpy little fingers can't push those in. So that's how that one goes in. That wasn't too bad. Goody. All right, on to the other side. For the battery box cover, the step 1 in the instructions says to remove this little zip tie that's here on the frame. I don't know if you can see my finger moving back here. Cover kit comes with a new zip tie even, so we'll do that. The cover itself has a little do-jobber on there for the zip tie to hold that wire. It says the ECM cable crosses over the opening of the battery box. Yeah, this might be a trial and error thing here to get this in place. These are like fir tree clips. Wow, that is a cab mount. And it's also mounted at the bottom here. Must be this one that has to come out. So that must go over like so. So I'm going to cut the zip tie. You probably can't even see it. It's looks like the positive battery cable. And that can have enough slack to go up here with the ECM cable. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's see. There. This really wouldn't be difficult, you know, if you could just get to it easy enough. Again, it's just fussy. It's a matter of getting everything lined up just right. Screwdriver is helping to line the holes up. takes. Put the zip tie in this little white clip thing, if you can see it. Always extra interesting when you have to do everything with one hand. Okay, all finished. I'm sure that wasn't very exciting to watch because you probably couldn't even see anything, but I'm good and filthy, so I have that to show for it. Here's how it looks when it's all finished. You can see that's the little zip tie thingy I was talking about. You probably couldn't see when I was talking about it. The ECM cable. So that's how it goes. So overall, I think the installation probably would have been a breeze if there wasn't so much machine in the way. But everything is perfectly formed, perfectly shaped, has pretty clear instructions. I was a little confused about the ECM instruction. Not a big deal. I figured it out. Poppers, they work. They're not my favorite fastener, but they work just right for this kind of a thing where you can't get behind and put a nut or anything onto a bolt. The things on the radiator guards, those well nuts, those are great. Those are like the best thing to, you know, especially if you ever want to change them out. Like, I'm a fickle female, so I have an orange set coming too, so I can change them out if I want, you know, plain black or fun orange. Otherwise, I think the quality of everything is really high, and I think it'll really help protect the machine, especially the radiator. That was my biggest concern. But, you know, you're going to buy, you know, $100 and some worth of stuff. You might as well buy the complete kit and get all the pieces you need and then have full coverage. As always, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.